Marshall Fairbrother. Test.
Yeah, EGJJ test. Alright, there we go. It's better than title, and now actually reflects what we're really doing. That's why we went live. For anyone who saw that for a second, restream screwed us over and didn't change the title as it was meant to. But anyway, we're here in Jersey, where we landed for the BVI event yesterday, and we're taking this thing up to Copenhagen. Probably not expecting any ATC, but we'll see what's on. You know, it's getting pretty late, so we'll see what happens. We're at stand 5 here at Jersey, and we'll attempt to do a little briefing here as we head out. So, anyway, let's get first officer in here. Not officer next. Right, we'll let that auto connect. Let's just check that our throttles are lined up. There we go. Get him doing his stuff.
Good evening, Captain.
We'll check if there's any ATC, which there isn't at the moment. London South is on, but I don't believe they go around here.
Cleared to program CDU. Right, so we're on ground power, obviously. Okay, we'll go in here and do our have a little look at our OFP. Where did that go? Alright, I'm going to check out the
I had a PDF. Where did that go? I don't know, whatever, dude. Let's just reopen it. Oh, okay, Brave crash, that's what happened. It quit unexpectedly. Thanks a lot. Can I restore? Alright, then well, we'll just reopen Simpy. Dispatch. View. Yeah, okay. So here you go. Airtime is 139. Block time's 207, although it won't be anywhere near that since most of the extra time there is probably taxiing in at Copenhagen, which obviously we're not doing. So it's 370. Got a cost index of 19. Okay. Got a pretty, 6 knots the winds up there, so that's interesting. On 2309. Yeah, on route burn. Got 117 passengers. So then we got a zero fuel weight of 118. 8. Oh, there's my PDF. No, we don't really need that now. Just get rid of that for the moment. Oh, we've got 2 of them. What? Weird. We don't need that one. Okay, 1188. Gives us a load level. 56.8. And then we want to go and do our fuel. So block fuel 16.3. So we'll just say 16.5. I didn't put any extra reserves since we're not expecting anything major to go off here. We're not expecting any event or stuff. I think there was a Copenhagen event, obviously, because they do the Spectres to Copenhagen on a Monday, but that's probably finished. So we're at Echo Golf Juliet Juliet. And then we're going to come down here. Really simple. IRS, copy our current GPS position onto page 1. Like so, which aligns our IRS. Okay, over to the route page. Bug with TFM/PMDG. It still has something in the FMC. Not sure why that is. Let's try and clear that out. So we do have a company route.
EKCH.
There we go. Yeah.
Execute off.
Fine. The winds. Well, let's just do a meta request on here and get the latest. I think the winds are favouring a 08. Yeah, so 0908. So I would assume they're doing 08. Let's put ourselves on Unicom. Walk that. So we can have a little look. Yeah, so SimBrief's got us on 08. I think that's probably sensible. And we're on the Ortac 2 Bravo. So let's go over here and choose 08. We want Ortac 2 Bravo with no transition. And then on our arrival, I do have a little PDF briefing. That's the PDF that you saw for Copenhagen. So we can have a look at our arrival procedures as per that. But let's just do what this has. So it's got us coming in 22 left at the moment. Tudlow 3 Charlie. That seems correct. So, hey Luke, how's it going? That seems to be understandable. So we'll go with that for now. Yeah, Tudlow 3 Charlie. Do we want it via anything? Is a good question. I don't know, let's jump over here, have a little look. Hello, okay, no, because first officer's doing a grand job of getting in the way. Okay, we'll get rid of him now. Please bring this thing up. So we can have a little look while we're here at this departure. So we fly 083 degrees until 1800 feet or above. Okay, and then we go to Angler, which is a left turn. Fly heading 033, set course 003, and then we go direct to Ortac, and that is it. There may well be an initial climb on this, but I don't really think we need to worry about finding it out because.
So what about Eurofly 3.0 English?
Yeah. Don't know, Luke. I'm not really interested in it, to be honest. I don't think anything's been released, so not really interested. Okay, so we're not really interested in finding out the initial climb. I mean, there's no ATC, so we're not going to get yelled at. We'll just clear ourselves up to cruise, and then we will have a little look at this arrival. So if we do the Tutlow 3 Charlie 22 left, it looks like it is a vectored arrival. There might be... Okay, well, so we're just going to be doing the 2-2 left, and then it's going to be straight on to the ILX, is what I assume, because that's all we've got. But we'll take a look. So we don't want to take that via... There is one transition here via Kilo Alpha Sierra. We'll execute that and just have a little look, but it might be totally... Might be
Donations are not necessary, but if you would like to support the stream in any way, visit https://www.paypal.me/pipalots.
That's the vector, and then we go... I mean... it's not actually bad, is it? Where's that Castro? Anyway, I mean, it's a long arrival, but it looks okay.
Hi. Did everyone get into EGJJ okay? Tyler Chambliss.
Yeah, Ruben, I think
Hey,
everyone that set off
Just
into to get to Jersey got in, yeah. Okay, nice, Tyler. How did the appointment go? I mean, it's quite a turn, but it's major. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that for now. I'm going to have a look at that arrival PDF briefing that I found by Vatsim Scandinavia and just double check that 2-2 left is a preferred runway and whatnot. But, I mean, it should be fine. Alright, let's do this. So we're doing 370, we're doing that. What's happening around here? 2.1, okay, we'll have a little look at our alternate. And then our cost index was 19. Twice executed, and TO is going to be max TO. The short runway here, 5,600 feet. Max TO, max climb, just for the sake of it. Flaps are going to be 15 degrees. Throw in the CG, so that gives us the speed.
It went fine. Had to get blood drawn for labs and my flu jab. But after that, Mom took me to the dispo to grab some cards.
Oh, nice. Well, at least it was somewhat worth it. 139er, that's fine. Oh, the trim of 3.23. So we'll just leave the trim where it's at. It's pretty much there already. If anything, it's a little bit higher than that, but that's okay. CG's 25.2. So we'll go ahead and set 154 in the speed, the 2 plus 15. We've got 83 is the runway heading, which we are maintaining until 1,800 feet. We'll double check that, yes, it's got that coded in here. We're making that left turn to intersect the 003 on Angler, and then cross to
turn off your packs before takeoff. Trust me, it will help.
I don't know if you can do that in the. Yeah, no, we could. Yeah, we could do that. I don't know what the SOP is in Jersey.
I watched a Slovak presentation and it was more realistic than version 2.
Yeah, I hope it's more realistic than version 2. Yeah. I mean, it couldn't get much less realistic. So, yeah, it's more realistic. Yeah. It is. And then we go on there. Yeah, we could try a pack actually. I mean, we've got to watch it and put them back on. I don't know what the, like I say, I don't know what, Easy and Jet 2 fly out of here as well. Whether they do pack stuff, I don't know. But anyway, so that's that. Oh yeah, I was going to have a look at our alternate. So we can have a look here at our departure. So, planned runway is 08. We have no weather to take into account. We've looked at the meta. Now, we've got 3 total NOTAMs that we can look at here. None of them, I believe, are relevant, but we'll have a little look. So there's one here.
Tyler Chambliss. You definitely can in a 737 to 800. United does it on short fields. Have witnessed it.
Yeah, you can
it
do
allows
it.
your engines to use all their power. The packs take like 10% of your available power.
Yeah, of course they take bleed out. I know what packs. So we've got advanced tower trial operations with ADS-B here. So they want us to select auto mode. Right, okay, well, we have no ATC. There is this NOTAM. Apparently, refueling at stands 20 to 23 is not available except prior coordination. And this one is about a restricted area that you cannot fly into restricted airspace. Without permission, so we're not really interested in that. And then we can look at the Copenhagen NOTAMs before we arrive. Reverse thrust is not permitted in Copenhagen due to noise, other than for safety, so we will take that into account.
Tyler Chambliss.
But
well, I suppose I need to put the pen down, open my PC and prepared and see if I can finally conquer this bullshit.
Yeah, that flight, yeah. But yeah, we'll look at the Copenhagen NOTAMs. I think they're all just about taxiways and whatnot. Okay, and then, yeah, alternate. Let's scroll up here where we go alternate, just so we know what it was. Here we go. So it is Billund, Echo Golf Bravo India. And here is our alternate routing. Fair enough. Level 220. So, okay. So, yeah, we didn't need much reserves to get up there. Fair enough. Let's go make sure that our doors are all closed up.
Tyler Chambliss. Good luck with the flight. I need to hurry because I have a drum lesson in 45 minutes.
Alright, have a good one. See ya. Okay, we'll close that one up. Oh yeah, we got rid of first officer because it's being a git. Which one? This is the only problem. I mean, Win Wizard. Like, where did I put... Right. So we'll get him doing his thing. PDF, get out of here. My God. Alright, let's just watch the APU start. And then we'll get moving.
CPU message displayed. GPS are invalid. CPU message closed.
Switching over to APU power. Okay, it's gonna go packs off. Goes anti-collision. Flight deck door is locked. Yeah, it's getting rid of ground power. Need it anymore. And then I wonder if we can. I mean, I mean, we can go in here. Try. I wanted to look at the currency. What do we not? Was it configuration? No, that's not what I wanted. Not performance? Or you can tell it stuff about the... Oh, there we go. I'm just looking for the pack. Oh, on? Oh, on or off? Probably this box, right? So we want to tell it pack's off. Try it. Anyway, alright. I mean, I can go and do it manually. I just thought it'd be easier to not have it turn them back on again automatically. Okay. Let's here we go. Where the B-pilot go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, let's just check. No sensors to worry about here. I don't know what those Unicom messages were about, but yeah, it doesn't look like we've got anyone here at Jersey. I mean, we can attempt a pushback, I guess. Let me just check there's no one here, like right next to us. It just doesn't look like there is. We can attempt one. I mean, it's not going to be great, is it? But let's try, I guess. Pushback. We want to do standard. Let's push to the left. Yeah, okay. Request that. Press the tug. We'll do this then. Since there's no complex ATC tax instructions to worry about, we can also just quickly throw on FSA. It's not happy about our weight for some reason. Oh no, actually it's alright, we can just apply there, that's fine. Okay. And release the brakes for this. Jersey isn't too trouble. Let's keep pushing off stand 5 and those are Jersey. Okay,
one freight Victor, turning onto your left 08.
Very easy. Let's get you to do this then.
Starting engine
we got a guy on the ILS 08. So we'll just be aware of that. Get flaps to 15 in a second.
Flat 0. Number 2 starter engaged. Number 2 fuel open. Flat 0. Flaps 1. Number 2 generator active. Number 2 ignition on. Flat 6. Number 2 starter off. Flat 13. Flat 15.
Flaps 15, as I say, it's a short runway, so
engine 2 cutout.
we're definitely going to need it.
Starting engine 1.
Engine number 1 GLD.
Head back over to the cockpit here.
Flight recorder light on.
Are we still pushing? Or what?
Speed.
I think we are.
EGJJ.
See, it doesn't seem to have pushed it onto a taxiway. I mean, God knows where it's pushed it, to be honest with you.
Number 1 general directive. Number 1 ignition.
Oh, there we go.
Parking brake on.
Okay, my base set. Get out of here.
EGJJ.
Oh, we're somewhere. Might be on a taxiway, might be on the grass, who knows? Honestly, who cares?
Number 1 start off.
Steering pin is pulled. Watch for the salute and release from guidance on your right. Have a good flight.
This is why we always say a lot of ATSIM events it's becoming clearer and clearer that it's better not to push. Because it's so busy and they often give instructions that are pretty complex at some airports. You know, they want you to push back onto a certain line, onto a certain taxiway, to a cul-de-sac, and it's like, well, even if I had GSX working here,
all engines stable.
we can't use the quick edit pushback, so you're only relying on the quick options that are provided to you. And since those options are normally just push left and right, it's too little information here to really make an informed decision. So sometimes it's better not to bother. Right, here we go. So get our after start flow going. Oh, it did put the packs back to auto. So maybe that wasn't the right box that I used. I don't know. That dialogue is so bad. It doesn't matter. We'll just leave the packs on. It's fine. We should have enough runway. Our V2 is 139, so it's they get Airbus 320s, 738s out of here all the time. I'm only going to forget to turn the bloody things back on when we get airborne anyway. Check the doors. That is still a bug that has still not been fixed. We are ignoring that. Doors are closed. And we'll just give it a second. I'm waiting for this guy on final to report that he's clear as well. Get off this pushback page. We might not have done a win request. What he said. He said he was landing 08.
CDU message displayed. CRZ wind uplink ready. CDU message cleared. CDU message displayed. Forecast uplink ready.
Yeah. Forecasts for descent. We'll just load these for now.
CDU message displayed. CDU message cleared.
Alright. See if we can. There we go, we can reposition over to runway 8 here in a minute. Now wait for this guy. Do it before takeoff. Not sure what that guy said, so we'll just give him a second.
Flaps.
Set.
Stabilization trim.
Set.
Checklist complete.
Oh, okay. So it did actually, it was the correct thing, it just was going to wait till the before takeoff checklist to switch the packs from auto to off. I'll be curious to see then if it's smart enough to turn them back on once we've gotten up and safely away. Maybe during the after takeoff flow. I assume they're on the air systems panel, just in case we have to do it manually. Let's have a look. God knows where that is. Oh, we're gonna find out. Here? Yeah, there we go. Left pack, right pack off. And yeah, bleed is obviously on. So okay, we'll just leave that up as well, and then if first officer doesn't go ahead and do it, then we can flick packs back on. Otherwise, we'll have some dead passengers in here, and that's not ideal. Where is this guy? That's with his speed burn. It looks like he's either vacating or taxiing or something, so...
Peyton Herrick. It is in the center overhead panel.
Yeah, thanks. I got it. Hopefully it will... You'd think it would be smart enough to turn them back on. But it would not surprise me if it just leaves them off. At all. So, gotta have that ready. Otherwise we're gonna have serious issues as we climb a temperature pressure rise. Right, I don't know what this guy's... I mean, he hasn't announced anything. I assume he's gonna attack me, so it's just... Jersey traffic, Vision 2, Delta Rescue will shortly be repositioning to runway 08 for departure in event of taxi due to visual impairment and software limitations. So anyone final or departing 08, give us a call and we will hold position for you, Jersey. Okay, so always good practice to make that call.
One freight Victor's clear 08.
Excellent, he's now clear. So I think I'll give it another second, but I think we can pretty safely reposition. Always good to make that call, and at that point, if if any pilots have an issue with you repositioning, that's kind of on them. We've made the call. I have seen it where blind pilots have had people then message them and say, "Oh, what are you doing? You can't just reposition. This is ridiculous." Well, as long as you make that call, then you're in the clear, really. Right. Anyway, get over there. Right. Right, we'll do that. We don't need the trim anymore. We'll make sure our flight controls are all centered. And let's check on... Oh god, I've got to remember which one it was on now, but I just want to check that FSA is still running. Yes, it is. Right, good, okay. Oh, and we'll also get up our heading box just in case first officer turns on the wrong, or doesn't turn on their LNAV or something. Is that should do. I mean, we told it we were on the SID, but Jersey Vision 2 Delta Whiskey departing 0 Jersey. Okay. Actually, we'll leave the brakes on. Let me just push the throttles up a little bit. We'll gain a bit of power beforehand. Okay, brakes released. Toga.
Thrust
Set.
Check.
Want to use up
29 knots.
as little of the runway here as we
49 knots.
as we can.
68 knots.
80 knots.
Check.
Look at that, it's ridiculous. Look how fast we're speeding up here.
105 knots. 122 knots.
Okay.
138 knots. Airborne.
Flaps 10.
Airborne.
151 knots.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gears going up.
Flaps 10. Gear up.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 10 and flaps 5 already. It's a bit excessive first officer, but alright.
Flaps 5.
There's 10 if we can.
DNAV on.
Autopilot.
Okay, thank you.
Flaps 1.
Take L now because it didn't do it as I thought.
Flaps 1.
Alright. We don't need that anymore.
Acceleration altitude.
We don't need attitude mode. There we go, rocketing out of there.
5,394 feet per minute.
Look at that, 5,300 feet a minute climb rate.
Flaps 1.
Up to 1, coming through 185. We are pretty light, so that's, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. That's probably why. And since I'm here, I'm going to flip F-packs to auto.
3,000 feet.
Maybe it would have done it for us, maybe not. But I'll do it now. Put that panel up for that. And flaps up clean at 215 knots. There we go.
Flaps up.
Okay, and we are, there we go, making that turn to intercept the 003 course to Angler, and we can run our after takeoff.
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleed.
On.
Packs.
Auto.
4,000 feet.
Landing
There
gear.
goes gear lever, thank you.
Up and off.
Flaps.
And off.
Up no lights.
Checklist complete.
Excellent. Oh, we have a, what do we have, a restriction here?
Transition altitude.
Probably.
Check.
Transition altitude.
Check.
Oh, that boat, thanks for the Oh, it wants to okay. Right, well we don't care about that. We can go 3-7 and we'll just intervene. There we go. Bypass. That restriction, we would have been given further climb anyway. If ATC was on, so that's good. Other than that, yeah, we're pretty good. Up on our way to Copenhagen. Very nice. Good cabin view. Yeah. Yeah, so it I might have to restart the stops here in a second. It got the transition altitude correct, but it didn't actually set standard. It went to standard, then it went back. So I'm not too sure what that's about. Normally first officer's pretty good about finding the correct altitude and setting it, but yeah, go and force it maybe in the FMC if we go index. Let's say 6,000 is probably a good value, but still it doesn't want to set it, does it? So, let's just do a quick restart on you. One officer next, or about 3 of them in, so let's make sure we get the right one. First officer next, and here we go, it should reset and figure out that we're actually,
passing 10,000 feet.
it was 10,000 feet with the landing lights. See if it figures out our transition.
Transition altitude.
Check.
It's better, now it's not reset itself and it's actually on standard. Plus. And yeah, we're doing good. Gain speed.
Distance to 554/0, 1 hour, 34 minutes and 12 seconds. Normandy, France, 7.0 nautical miles, 73 degrees, English time, Roman standard time.
Out over the channel, obviously Jersey being right out there alongside Guernsey and whatnot. Pretty isolated.
14,000 feet.
Now you see we've got a nice,
970 minutes.
pretty much 3,000 FPM climb rate. We are using climb thrust and so no D-rate, and yeah, we're also pretty light, which is understandable. Your
15,000 feet.
takeoff weight may well be limited by the length of the runway, I'm not sure, but clearly Simbury thought it was. It was a pretty light aircraft. I think we had 117 passengers, so you can see for a 738 that's not exactly full, pretty light.
16,000 feet.
So let's have a little look at our briefing here from VATSIM Scandinavia, just to see. So we want to go, here we go, arrival procedures. Okay, blah blah blah. So runways 22 are always the Charlie arrivals, which makes sense. And that's what we'll be using at the 22 is. Okay, so they give us the holdings here. So if we were going to hold, we would probably be holding at Tutmo 073 with left turns, 1 minute legs. And the rest of these are not development. So yeah, continue to fly on arrival to reach vector fix. Just continue on the specified vector, blah blah blah, yeah. Okay, so it shows us the vector waypoint. 220 knots or less and 4,000 or below at any vector point. That's useful. Those frequencies. Making shorter approach. Sometimes it tells you here runway 12 and 30 only used with strong crosswinds, so we won't be using that. But arrival taxi, that's not really relevant. Disregard that section. Standard inbound taxi routes and for parking. Okay, so nothing major to note on there.
Hi all.
Hey Josh. How's it going? And then stand assignments. So we don't really care about any of that. So the main thing from that was just 220 knots, 4,000 at the vector point. It gave us the holdings, so if we were going to be expecting holdings for some kind of big event, then we could also note those down. And so I think it probably will be 22 left. Let's have a little, well, we can get rid of that PDF for now. Let's just double check if there is an ATIS. No, unless it's under arrival ATIS. Ah, there is actually. Info Lima. They may well have logged off, but have a little look. Blah blah blah. New stars in effect 2211. Well, we're definitely on Iraq past 2211. Transition level is 60. Reduced separation procedures are planned. Yeah, runway and useful landing 22 left. Great. And yeah, other than that, as I say, reverse thrust is not permitted unless for emergencies, so we won't be using that. Other than that, I think we're pretty much all good to go, so we can take the arrival we've got, and if we get ATC, then all the better. We get the vectors, but probably not. So. Good. It's always good if you are flying into an airport you're not very familiar with on VATSIM, or not one that you've flown into recently, to do a little search. A lot of divisions do put up useful briefings, as you saw there with the one from VATSIM Scandinavia, Copenhagen. So, especially in Europe, I've noticed, less in the US, unfortunately.
Marshall Fairbrother.
But if you can find them...
I'm still here listening, just not flying at the minute. I'm
Yeah,
having
no,
those dongles looked into. Will be very handy for flights and stuff if it's cleaner.
It will be, as long as it's not too expensive. Yeah.
27,000 feet.
But yeah, if you can find those briefings, they're usually a good substitute for charts. In a way, they give you some handy bits of info that maybe are on the charts that we wouldn't know about. You can also access the charts if you really want to, but you do have to look through them a bit. You have to really separate out what's useful and what's not. There's a lot of tables and graphics on. They're not going to be read properly. But if you can find a textual part, which there often is, then that's useful. Okay, we're going inbound Midhurst. Mid. EGJJ. Interesting. Yeah, towers on. Oh, there goes the contact meter. London South. 29425.
Shot 3 Lima, leave Bovingdon, heading 120 degrees.
Arrangs. Are you using TFM source or regular?
Can you repeat for shot 1?
Regular, Josh.
Leave Bovingdon, heading 120 degrees.
Leave Bovingdon, 120 degrees, shot 1.
Echo 27 left, surface and 210 degrees, 8 knots, clear to land.
London Hello, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, approaching Club 300, climbing 370, Midhurst.
Vision 2 Delta Whiskey, Valley Control, Roger, score 5276.
5276, Vision 2 Delta. 5276.
Speedbird 49.
How's Mortal Kombat going, Josh? Are you done with the story now? I didn't catch all your videos because I was doing some of it with Rob, or watching him go through the story.
He's Biggin heading heading into 65 and then descent to 7000 for Speedbird 489er.
Logan 908, cleared, RS approach 1027.
Oh, yeah.
Speedbird 19, cleared, RS approach 1027.
Marshall
It
ended up going down again this morning because the power failed tripping the stupid breaker. Got the power back after 20 minutes but stuck with no Wi-Fi for another hour.
Great.
Arrange. Yeah, I'm done with the story now. Next I'll tackle tower endings and invasions.
Sorry, can you repeat your score code? Was it 0747?
Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. I've only seen Rob do the story and I think try out a bit of online stuff. The online stuff seemed pretty tough, but I think, you know, that's because he was just getting used to it. I haven't tried it myself, I'm not planning on buying it. But,
to the flight level 180, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, at least you've got some other stuff. It's not like one of them things where the story's over and that's kind of it. You know, there are the invasions and stuff.
Next coming up is Forza Motorsport.
Yeah, I've already pre-ordered that, definitely. Yeah, that's going to be the big thing.
3524.
That's going to be good.
Marshall Fairbrother. Yeah, would have all been fine if the breaker was accessible to me.
8 knots, clear to land.
Runway 27 left, clear to land, Skyways 18.
Spears 19, with a 27, wind 220 degrees,
Marshall
6 knots, clear to
Fairbrother.
land.
I'm pre-ordering that tomorrow morning.
Speedbird 19.
Yeah, I think I got the... not the standard, the second tier up, whatever that is. Might be the premium. There was a premium, and I guess it's premium, not deluxe. Yeah, I think it's premium. It had some extra cars and stuff.
Dublin, flying at 15,000 feet.
The deluxe had extra stuff as well, but I wasn't too bothered. So.
I can't see where you are, so you're probably not inside my airspace. Shuttle 3 Lima, descend to flight level, correction, Shuttle 1 3 Lima, descend to flight level 70.
Descend flight level 70, Shuttle 1 3 Lima.
The call sign easy, by the control you on the frequency.
34,000 feet.
Speed 489, runway 27 left, the range is 25 miles, descend towards
Arrange.
4,000 feet.
I got the premium add-ons bundle, which gives a steep discount for Game Pass players. It's basically the premium edition.
489er.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I got it off the.
Speed,
I got it off the Microsoft
left,
Store, but it was just
right,
the
heading
generic
080
premium
degrees.
version.
Turn right, turning 080 degrees, and on the speed 2.
It was,
knots.
Should be worth it. 8 on the Ocker.
Speed 326.
All familiar waypoints here as we pass over London.
Right, Shuttle 9 Echo, taxi Alpha, Yankee, Christian Alpha, Link 56, stand 501. Speed 326 after the company, 320 passes right to left, taxi left, Alpha, hold,
Let's see if we can. So yeah, we go into the London FIR here, and we don't exit it until.
Speed 6 November Charlie, London.
It's always good to have this table open on SimBrief because it shows you the VORs as well. So if you were here, for example,
Griffin 3 Bravo Charlie, landing 26 left, no delay, gliding.
see it's BPK, but then above it actually says Brooklands Park. So whenever you're trying to find a VOR.
Thank you for your help on patience because I know I've been a bit shit.
No problem, break. Griffin.
Well, at least he's honest.
330 degrees, descent 12.
Says he's been a bit shit, apparently, that guy. He's putting a shit performance on BatSim. Alright, well. At least he says it how it is. You know, respect that, yes. Not sure it's exactly permitted on the frequency, but anyway. Wow, we're in London now quite a bit. Here we go. So we pass over into Amsterdam at
Speedbird 17 cleared to Bahrain,
whatever. Hopefully my experience with Microsoft Store isn't repeated. I remember playing Motorsport 4 on my 360 about 10 years ago. The assists weren't that good on old tech.
Yeah, I'm sure this one will be a lot better. As for your Microsoft Store issues, obviously I don't know. This guy never acknowledged that he's got us identified, but he's busy, so I'm not even bothered.
So 1-3 Lima descent
sure
to 5,000 feet, QLH 1021, speed 220.
What are we cruising at here? It's 77. Oh wow, 516 knots ground speed. Yeah. Pretty good. I think we have the fuel, so we may as well like push it up to
speed 489, speed 180.
Why not? We'll see what ground speed we can get.
Right at 2434, 115.
Air France 95, checking in.
Air France 295 on the control, Kidnapping Golf Gatwick, descend now, flight level 70.
Descending flight level 70, Air France 2295.
Is Ryanair 3 Papa Romeo on the frequency. Logan 908, T7 Substan 220 6 knots to land.
Next waypoint, distance 7 nautical miles, bearing 21 degrees 56 seconds.
Show 13 Lima, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
Descend to altitude 4,000 feet, Shuttle 13 Lima.
Griffin 3 Bravo Charlie, 21 miles from touchdown, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 1021.
Hopefully the 777 isn't too long away.
Show 13 Lima, time right heading 180
well.
degrees, speed 180 knots.
I would like some more aircraft to fly in Microsoft. I know we fly the 737 a lot, well I do, and on the channel. It is probably my favourite aircraft in any sim, you know. I mean, it's very well modelled in Microsoft.
When ready, descend flight level 16.
Especially with the sound pack.
Marshall yeah. Really looking forward to putting some laps in. Crashing and dying badly,
These are
LOL.
163 Papa London.
you know, I know we want to fly some more aircraft, which we can do in P2D, but it's
flight level 360.
it's
Is 163 Papa Lolly Control, Roger, score
it'll be very nice to have
1001, Elvos, 1
a
Mike
777 that sounds even better in Microsoft.
Say again, please.
And then the 737 MAX.
1001, Elvos, 1 Mike for Manchester.
1001, Elvis 1 Mike, Manchester. Easy 163 Papa.
Speed 49, speed 160, lots of greater until 40
537 ground speed, very good.
Speed 160 around 24.
We did see on Simbrief that we were going to have a 66 knot.
Goes 218, right to Bravo, Kilo stands 220.
66 knot wind.
Right, Bravo, Kilo stand 220, Skywest 218.
Seabird 17, stand 421 at Heathrow, request push and start.
Speed 17, push and start approved.
Start approved, Seabird 17.
Show 1 for Lima, turn riding 240 degrees, established on localizer, runway 27 left, descend on the glide path.
Turn right hand 240 degrees,
Marshall Fairbrother. Hopefully I can trick it into recognizing my PS4 controller as an Xbox controller. Not sure where I even put my wheel in my current setup.
Griffin 3 Bravo Charlie, turn left heading 290 degrees, correction 295, descend to altitude 2,000 feet.
Yeah, I'm definitely just going to use the controller for a bit just to see and just make sure that it's actually good and that it's something I play on. Make sure that it's something I'm actually interested in using on a frequent basis, and then, you know, we can look at wheels and whatnot.
Again, course finally.
Bye. Hey, and still over the UK, so we got a little ways to go till we pass out into Amsterdam.
Glide slope is alive. Nav 1 has glide slope.
What glide slope?
Next waypoint, BDK, distance 6 nautical miles, bearing 25 degrees 52 seconds.
Alright, there's Brooklands Park. It is nice still having that feature in TFM that will automatically announce waypoints. Provided you load your flight plan into the sim, you will still get that.
Next waypoint, distance 71 nautical miles, bearing 57 degrees 7 minutes, 52 seconds.
Of course, if you get a direct, it does kind of get messed up. And of course, if you do right bracket W, you get this lovely message. Right, but regardless of that, it will announce automatically when you hit the next waypoint. So that's always kind of nice.
Minus 69 feet per minute.
Yeah, a bit turbulent up here.
Distance to 396/0, 0 hours, 42 minutes and 26 seconds.
Alright, well, 42 minutes.
Donations are not necessary, but if you would like to support the stream in any way, visit https://www.paypal.me/vipalots.
So I won't bore you all to death with the NOTAMs for Copenhagen. I already had a little look through them.
Marshall
There's like
Fairbrother,
15 of them, and most of them
you
are to
can
do
get
with
why well on a
taxiways
controller.
and stuff.
As for wheels, when I was really into it, Thrustmaster and Fanatec were well regarded.
Yeah, I mean, I've had good experiences with Thrustmaster, obviously, so definitely we'll be looking into that. You know, with me moving up and down from university, it's kind of the usual situation of, you know, how portable is it? I'm not going to be carting stuff around back and forth. Same thing with Flight Sim, you know, I take my joystick, but I don't take the honeycomb, because it's too large of a unit, really. It's just too, you know, it's going to get in the way. So, you know, I don't take that. So whether I would end up taking the wheel and things is another matter. But certainly, you know, first few months of this Forza, I want to really just get to grips with it, with the controller, and I'm sure it'll be decent enough. You know, I want to make sure that it's not one of these things that is, it seems very cool, but it turns out to be a novelty.
Localizer is alive. Runway heading 221.
That is only cool. Shut up. That is only cool for like a month or so, you know, and kind of just opening up every so often. I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a pretty cool thing. You know, once we've got to grips with the assists and the audio cues, obviously. I don't think that's going to happen instantly. I fully expect to be smashing cars up for several weeks, if not more. But, you know, once we got to grips with that, I think doing multiplayer is really going to be fun.
I only got a generic PS4 one though. I was tempted to get a T150 from Thrustmaster, but my setup was less than ideal.
Yeah.
Marshall Fairbrother, you would not be taking the wheel. They're not very portable, especially if you have foot pedals.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Too many things to take. Too many other things that I need. So, you know, it's that's obviously another consideration. You know, portability. So, but we'll see. At least I'm not going to be playing with a keyboard, right? I mean, that's the big thing. You really don't want to be doing that. Like, that would just be like a nightmare. You know, it's the same thing with Flight Sim. You know, I'm not using the keyboard to do it. Sorry, I'm just not. So, you know, the Thrustmaster joysticks are pretty portable. Like, if there's one thing I'm going to take, it's going to be the joystick, right? I mean, you do kind of need that. Having, you know, a throttle, a joystick, some buttons. It's kind of the basic thing that I would really recommend for any person who takes flight simming somewhat seriously to have that. So that's definitely a peripheral that I always take. That is about it. We figured out the, so for anyone who was trying to send a contact me message through the, or contact me, it's like combatant mode, but you know what I mean, a contact message through BVIpilots.net, there was an issue with it for some time. where the emails that we were supposed to be getting were not coming through. Similar thing when you were trying to edit a page, it was also supposed to send emails to let people know that pages had been edited, and that was not happening, and so when you tried to edit, it was lagging out significantly, but that is now fixed. So yeah, for contact messages on BBI, if you were sending one, then you probably have to resend it. A German guy who was observing at Berlin sent us one today, Marshall on BVI. He has a YouTube channel apparently where he does flight simulation videos in German called something like, was it like Crispy Robo Chicken or something? I was like, what the hell? But yeah, he seemed interested in, you know, the usual stuff, how you fly blind and so on and so forth.
Marshall Fairbrother. Okay. Strange name, but okay.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It's pretty odd, but... And back over to the cop. Make sure we've got no alarms blaring, that's the only problem with being in the cabin. Could have anything going off. And you won't hear it.
Marshall Fairbrother. I hope we can have car damage on. Never got the opportunity to race with realistic damage before fully. Marshall Fairbrother. Needed cars to be able to smash off walls and keep going. Nightbird. Donations are not necessary, but if you would like to support the stream in any way, visit https://www.paypal.me/vipalots.
Let's do this, shall we? We get copyrighted. Fuck it. We shouldn't get copyrighted, to be honest with you, I think. They just stick something in the description to say, oh, music was played during this video, blah 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 blah. Yeah. Whatever. Anybody get any of the new iPhones as well? Or Apple products anyway? The new watch or the new iPhone 15 Pro, whatever. I'm certainly not. But I think I turned their presentation off when we had the Mother Nature visit. That was enough for me. I was like, no, bye bye. Don't want to watch this bullshit anymore. But for all intents and purposes, I'm sure the new products will be, well, they're not bad products. They're just, yeah. You know what Apple's like. Am I going to spend that much to upgrade from a perfectly good iPhone 12 that I have no issues with in particular? Probably not. I'm going to wait for the 16 or the 17 maybe. Wait for a few more upgrade cycles.
Rings. I want to get a 15 because I have a 13, but I plan on switching mobile providers.
Yeah, I got you, Josh. Yeah. I was considering upgrading this cycle, but honestly, I just didn't really see anything that had made me like, yeah, I want that. And I just have no issues with my phone. Like, it's not slow, it's not, you know, I like it, I like the size, I have no issues.
Either that or I might just bring my 13 over. Marshall Fairbrother.
Yeah.
No, but I do want an iPhone of some sort, but I'll get something that works second-hand most likely. Just because carrying a pad around all the time could be pretty obvious and the iPod is dead.
Oh yeah, Marshall, I mean honestly, you could get, like I say, the 12 is for me, I have no issues with it. Like, you know when it's time to upgrade. I think my first phone was a 5 or something like that. And then I went to like an 8 plus or something, and then I went to this 12. So I tend to wait like maybe 3-4 cycles, because of course the 5, when they had the 5S, or yeah, 5S. So like, but you generally can tell when you need an upgrade, and it's kind of starting to lag behind. You know, am I interested in getting like a camera that's slightly better? Not really. Do I want it to be slightly faster? Yes, but is this one slow? No. Am I particularly interested in like the GPS or the ability to call emergency services without service? I mean, it's useful. It's useful. You know, realistically, am I going to use it? I mean, I hope not. I'm not planning on using it.
iOS 17 makes this 13 feel new with the responsive performance.
Yeah, exactly, Josh. Exactly. Yeah, it's which is surprising because, you know, slow the older phones down. You know, get them thinking about that upgrade. But no, yeah, it's the performance is fine. Yeah.
Marshall Fairbrother. Would be kind of nice to be able to run Logic Remote on a phone so I can just stand in the best spot in the room from my phone rather than having to take my iPad everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, not worth the money for me.
Brother.
Not doing that.
But I don't do venues enough to justify that yet. On my to-do though.
And I mean, in terms of iPads, I have an iPad and it was like an Air 2 or something, but again, I don't, never been much use to me as a blind user anyway. I mean, I can see the advantage. It depends what you're going to use it for. If you might need the biggest screen. I mean, say like what Marshall's doing on his pad, he might use it for certain music stuff. So, having the biggest screen to access the, access the stuff you might need to access, or, if you're using it to run something, for anyone, even as simple as GarageBand, but going all the way up with all the tools you might be using on that thing, having the extra screen space is probably pretty useful, but so I'm not doing anything like that, or it's just, I don't use it. The watch on a phone is good enough for me.
Distance limit 221/0, 025, 0. Next waypoint, EGJJ, distance 161 nautical miles, bearing 50 degrees 18 minutes, 12 seconds. Egmont ANZ North Holland, Netherlands, 1110 nautical miles, 80 degrees, North Sea, W Euro
Yeah, so I assume
ACDRT Lake Behind Cover 4, Zip Reef, 5 Zip Reef,
passing into Amsterdam I file.
DC 300, copy black, and then black, and then black, and then
yeah, then we go into Hanover, which I'm pretty sure won't be online.
DC 300, 100 black, DC 300, black,
and then down into Copenhagen. Yep.
5001. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1, 3380.
Rings. Yeah, a watch is next on the Apple stuff to get when I switch providers. Marshall Fairbrother. Yeah, having a bigger screen and all your faders laid out as you would on the console without having to touch the console is a good concept. It might even be able to done on a watch depending on the OS. Marshall Fairbrother. But it would be extremely difficult and probably not viable.
Yeah, I'm not sure doing it on a watch would be great. But, yeah, the Apple Watches are good. Yeah.
Egmont ANZ North Holland, Netherlands, 400 nautical miles, 142 degrees, North Sea.
Again, I mean, they're more of a nice to have. Like, you could absolutely, I would be fine without my Apple Watch, to be honest with you. And just the phone, like, it is what it is. But it's a nice to have. I think phone and Apple Watch, are pretty useful. Things like iPad are a bit more kind of specialist, and then you've got I don't even know if they still do the iPod Touches. They were. Yeah, I think I have one of those. I have an iPod Touch, like 5th generation or 6th generation, and that was pointless. I don't know what I bought that for. But anyway, there you go. I mean, they were pretty cool devices, essentially an iPhone in their own right when they got to the 7th gen or whatever. Just obviously without the phone, they got pretty fast. But not much point to them unless maybe you're getting them for like a younger child or something. And then I can see how it could be useful if they, were getting a phone.
Rinks. My parents bought me an iPod, which is what I learned iOS on. So when I switched to a phone there was no learning curve.
Yeah, for sure. I think that they are good for like beginners or like younger audiences who maybe the parents don't want to buy a phone for, or things like that. They're good. Like I said, I don't even know if they still do them. I know they did the 7th generation. I remember that being pretty nifty actually. It was pretty fast. I still have this 5th generation here that I still powers on and everything. I don't know what iOS this thing is running, you know. I mean, you know. Alexa, when was the iPod Touch 5th generation launched? Yeah, 2012. And it actually still runs. I mean, I could, in theory, I could still get it to, you know, do iMessage, FaceTime. It's slow as fuck, obviously.
iPod Touch is dead, sadly.
It's dead, yeah.
People who want that kind of experience get iPads now.
Yeah.
Though most schools give you one for free.
Yeah, obviously for graphical viewing and stuff. I mean, they even use iPads in the aviation industry significantly, obviously for charts. So depends on the user case. I can see that the iPod Touch is probably not really very, yeah, not much of a user base, to be honest. I'm surprised, you know, it went on for as long as it did, but.
knots, distance to the 175/0, 0.4.
What were you playing Mortal Kombat on then, Josh? PC or console? I guess you've still got to get a PC right as well. That's another thing. I don't know. Are you still on Shadow?
Rings. PS5.
Yeah.
Rings. Yeah, still on the Shadow. I'll have to use cloud gaming for Forza, which isn't bad, but would prefer a PC because I can use it for more things.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, I guess you may as well prioritize getting a PC over a phone then, maybe. Especially if you're 13, still doing alright, you know.
Marshall Fairbrother. My iPad AIR2 is still going from 2016, but the iOS is at a point where it won't upgrade, so when things start dying.
Yeah.
Rings. Yeah, that's the plan more or less.
Yeah. All these skids are going to start logging off in a minute, so I don't think we have any Copenhagen. That's as expected. We got a sim update, don't we? End of this month it got pushed, it got delayed. Might be next few days actually. We got sim update 13, right? Be believe. Better not break anything. I think it does have some positive changes. The accessibility of some of the options. So that'll be nice.
Rings. Yeah, next week on Thursday. Screen reader doesn't jump around with the cursor etc. Pop-ups read. Small quality of life screen reader stuff.
Yeah, okay, good. What about the key mapping? So I've heard a few contradictory things. Some people have said it's fixed and some people said it wasn't.
Rings.
Is that fixed or?
I wonder if anything big is coming. It'll probably in FS2024.
Yeah, who knows? You know, the Sobo in their infinite wisdom don't seem to want to communicate with us. What changed? Not like they ever did, but I mean, we used to get a bit more. You know, it would be nice to know what the roadmap is for accessibility. If there is indeed one. Similar to the way, you know, all the sided simmers get their roadmap on missions and clouds and blah blah blah. It would be nice. Yeah. Hopefully. I mean, you never know. At the very least, as long as it stays the same in 2024 as it is now, then
Rings.
Something, right?
Key remapping is better, but not perfect.
Okay.
I will say we can do it.
Okay, yeah. That is like the big thing I think needs attention, because people are having to, like, you know, get the sim and then they're trying to change their stuff. They just have so many issues and it puts a lot of people off. Like the way it is right now, you know, in the grand scheme of things is unacceptable, so I'm glad that they're addressing it. So we've got Cross the Pond coming up on the 28th of October. I will not be doing that because I have plans that weekend down in Oxford.
The nice thing is that the cursor won't jump around to suddenly read things like notifications, social panel, etc. when you're trying to look for stuff on the map screen.
Yeah, or in the options and it jumps out of options totally. Yeah, I know, it's super annoying. So yeah, I will not be doing that, but then we also have World Flight coming up. Very good cause. You can follow any of the World Flight streams. I know Captain Canada's doing it down with the SoCal World Flight group in a 737 sim. Obviously we've got SimFest in the UK. Really funny bunch of guys to watch. They'll be streaming for the 7 days in their 747 sim, and you can donate to any of them. They tend to support various charities. Obviously SimFest recently supported this Lullaby Trust charity for families that have lost children, and I'm sure you can find out somewhere what they're all supporting, or ask them and then make donations. And yeah, it's something you can always fly along with, check where they're at on the week, and then fly the next leg. Obviously they fly around the world, so it's in different areas all the time, and pretty wacky places. I think the UK destination they're doing is Cardiff. That's going to be interesting. I know they had, you know, it's kind of World Flight tradition to have so many aircraft and the parking up on the grass and parking up everywhere. I think last year's was Prestwick. So
donations
not
are
much better in terms of
but if you would like to support the stream
space
in any way,
and
visit https://www.paypal.me/vipalax.
accommodations in terms of Cardiff, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Should be alright, I guess. I mean, yeah, we'll see what flights we can get in from that, from World Flight. Yes.
Descent checklist. Pressurization.
Set.
Recall.
Check.
Auto brakes.
Set.
Landing data.
Landing data. 10,800 feet. Uses 132. We'll just do flaps 40. I find flaps 40 gives you a much better landing than 30. I think 40 is the recommended for auto lands as well. You can do, it is authorized to do 30, but not, no, I think 40 is recommended, so okay, so first off, we got the course slightly wrong, 217, but other than that, frequencies are okay. We'll do PFM here, 22 left. We can do quick weather check. QNH 1025, no significant changes. All the 9s there, so that's good. And then 1708 on the winds, so same as before, a little bit of a crosswind, but nothing major. we'll +5 onto that VREF because we can. So we'll be about 137 on the VREF, which is good enough. And we'll leave the vector in for now. You know, this procedure is pretty long. But we'll see. We'll change that. Charlie India Choo Choo Lima to 3000. And we'll set our altitude 3000. We'll also go and get a quick updated descent forecast. But yeah, we'll leave the vector in just in case we get some ATC pop on, but other than that we'll get rid of it when we get a bit closer, because
forecast uplink ready.
It looks alright without it.
CDU message displayed. CDU message cleared.
Okay, that's sorted out. And we've got 40 mile.
Left hold state, Germany, 9.3 nautical miles, 61 degrees, north east, WU standard time.
Like I was saying earlier, I'll just show you where the NOTAMs are. So on each airport on Simbury, if we go up here, for example, go down here to our airport, see NOTAMs 3 total, that was for Jersey, and if we go down here, we can see it actually puts the ADAS for VATSIM on the arrival. Then it's got 12 total NOTAMs, Most of these are not really relevant to us. So, you know, this one here, for example, is an airport NOTAM. And it says, here you go, taxiway Golf 6, closed due to work in progress. So there's a bunch of these. I had a little look through them before we went live. And most of these are just about taxiways and whatnot. But it's always a good idea to have a look through them. There might be something here that you don't know about. For example, when we went out of Berlin yesterday, there was a departure NOTAM amending a SID slightly to a different speed. This is, you know, if there's amendments and stuff, sometimes they will put them in the NOTAMs. So it's another great thing that Navigraph have done since getting SimBrief, or acquiring SimBrief, is that they've included obviously the VATSIM ATIS, where they can get it, the real world ATIS, the Planet Edge ATIS, and also now the NOTAMs, so that you don't have to go searching for them. Out of curiosity, if we have a little look at our alternate, which is Villain, we can see this actually had a VATSIM ATIS at the time of generating. I don't think that's on anymore. And this has got 4 total NOTAMs. Copenhagen had 12.
Going to Kastrup TDY.
Yes, going to Kastrup, just beginning our descent actually. So here we go again, look, changes to manoeuvring area, blah 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 blah. You know, these are just for our alternate. It's always good to look at them just to make sure that, you know, if there's anything you need to take into consideration. You don't want to divert your alternate and then find out something dramatic's going on there. Some FBO is closed. Some NOTAM about Bill and ATIS frequency split. Handling agent, blah blah blah, bullshit. So anyway, yeah, it's always a good idea to look. They're right there for anyone who was curious with the screen reader, where you can find them just above the flight plan downloads. So yeah, very nice. Additions to SimBrief helps us, well, helps all the pilots out, but especially blind pilots.
Fun fact, my parents is coming today, landing in 1 hour from Malaga.
Oh, very nice. It's a late landing. Late. Yeah, and like I said before, I believe reverse thrust is not permitted in Copenhagen. Unless absolutely necessary, and since we have 10,800 feet of runway, we do not need reverse thrust. So, that's all good. Right, and what are we on? The Tutlo 3 Charlie.
No, actually landing early. 21 minutes early.
Oh no, I mean, you know, just late in the day. Pretty late flight, okay? Pretty late arrival. Yeah, Tutlo 3 Charlie. I'll just stick this on uniform. Three Charlie. ILS 2. Right.
Arhia, it's cheaper. YK, how it is XD.
Yeah. What is it? Which airline? Scandinavian or something? Or?
feet.
SAS yet.
Nice.
Feet.
Why are you up so late, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, what time is it here? It's only 10:37 PM here in the UK, so it's my normal schedule, really. To be honest with you, I don't you know, I don't kind of finish up the day until maybe midnight, something like that, 1 a.m. You know, kind of depends. But yeah, it's only 10:37. Generally fly in the evenings. If I'm gonna, you know, fly at all, generally have stuff to do during the day. So. I don't know, is Copenhagen an hour ahead? Maybe.
It's 23:38 in Copenhagen, but don't you have work or some?
Yes. No, I don't have work at the moment. No, I am on university. I'm at university and I'm on summer break. Well, it's actually ending the end of this week, so not for much longer, but no. I do have several appointments to go to tomorrow, and they're pretty early though, so this will be the last flight of the evening, but yeah, no work to go to.
Wow, summer break on.
Yeah, it's a long summer break. It's from when did it start? From July. Yeah, July till end of September, obviously, which is pretty much this weekend. Yeah, the universities have quite a long summer break.
My break ended 4+ weeks ago.
Oof, yeah. What are you at? A work break or a school break?
Mine started like May or some.
Ah, okay, there you go, yeah. Makes sense. I mean, the way my university does it is you have an 8 to 9 week term. So, for example, I will be there from start of October till December, and then I'll be on Christmas break through December till the middle of January.
Because I just finished 9th grade.
Ah, 9th grade, okay. Cool. So that will run until January, yeah.
And went to high school.
Oh, gotcha, okay. So they have your break in May. That's interesting. Yeah, I think our schools August.
I mean, that is a good break.
Yeah, good break. Gotta get in the breaks. Many breaks as we can have, please.
Winter break.
Yeah, Christmas break, winter break, whatever you want to call it, yeah. And then I'm back there from January through to March, and then March through to April, I'm back here on break, Easter break or whatever, and then it's another 8-9 week term up until
Marshall Fairbrother.
June, July again.
Spring break bastardos.
What's this doing? Very good, we're not, yeah, vertical deviations, fine. No traffic is around us.
EGJJ, it's 12 a.m. at mine, soon have fun, mate. Good night when you going to sleep.
Alright, thanks for tuning in, no worries. Have a good one.
Marshall Fairbrother. Jesus, that is long. WTF are they doing? Did you just do loads of exams or something?
What's long? Oh, you mean his thing, or their thing from May? Yeah, it is pretty long. I guess it depends
Marshall
when you go back.
Fairbrother. His break.
Yeah. That is pretty early to in May, yeah. I don't know, it's weird. All the breaks are just weird. In the US is slightly different as well. Although they kind of match us a bit more, the US. I think most schools go back in like August, September. It's a bit more.
20,000 feet.
If Copenhagen is so concerned about noise with reverse thrust, they're probably not going to be too happy at us using flaps 40. They probably want to use 30, but as I say, 40 seems to give a better. I wonder what the procedure would be with that, because you could say yes, if you're using flaps 40, there's a higher potential for increased engine thrust, but then also you've got a slightly slower VRAP. So, but I guess, you know, since you're not using reverse thrust anyway, they would probably prefer flaps 30, right?
19,000 feet.
Screw you, we're doing 40 because it, yeah, it tends to help the auto lander. Transition out was 6,000.
Jesse up 123. Hi there, Declan. Jesse up 123. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad, Jesse, not bad, you know. How's it going?
18,000 feet.
Jesse up 123. Good so far.
Really enjoying Mortal Kombat, or I'm guessing you love that. Has it been good?
Jesse
Jesse
we got a slope to
123.
250 here.
Waiting for Forza to come out next week.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. 9th of October, is it? Not sure if people who pre-ordered it might get it a bit
Jesse
before.
at 123.
Yeah.
Have been playing MK as well.
Nice, yeah.
Jesse up 123. For me, since I pre-ordered it coming out on the 5th. Jesse
The
up
5th,
123.
okay, yeah, there you go.
Are you going to give it a go?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I already pre-ordered it. I don't think I pre-ordered it early enough to get the not early access, but you know, whatever. I think mine is on the 9th or something, but yeah, I've already pre-ordered the premium version, yeah. Definitely gonna give it a go. Absolutely. It's yeah, I've been wanting a racing sim game, whatever you want to call it, for a little while, so should be good. Right, here we go on this extremely long procedure.
Jesse up 123.
It's not too long.
If you got the premium version, you get it on the 5th.
Oh, okay. Fair enough then.
15,000 feet.
Look forward to that then. The 5th is a Monday, is it? Monday the 5th.
Jesse up 123. Okay, going to be quiet
okay,
now
it's
so
not.
you don't crash the plane. Jesse up
It's a
123.
Thursday, okay.
On a Thursday.
Thursday the 5th, yeah. Yeah, and then the Monday is the 9th. I don't know why mine's the 9th then. But if I can get access to it on the 5th, that's great. Well, I mean, my time may be limited to look at the thing anyway until the weekend. But yeah. Should be good. I'm sure we'll be crashing cars left, right and centre. Initially.
Jesse
Part of
at
the fun.
123. What bird did you get?
What version did I get? Premium. Yeah, premium, not the deluxe. The just the premium. Seemed enough.
Jesse up 123. Okay, then you should get it on the 5th.
Oh, nice. Okay. Even earlier than I was expecting.
Localizer is alive. Runway heading 213.
Jesse up 123. So you got the one that was like 99.99.
I think it. Well, I think was that not the deluxe one? I think there was 3, wasn't there? It was standard, premium, and deluxe. Is that how it worked? I got the second tier up, I think, not the standard, the one above that. Where's the Spectre? Junk this Spectre as well. No, we know there's not going to be any ATC.
Jesse up 123.
Make that turn.
Oh, okay, so you might not get it till the 9th.
Yeah, I think that's right, Jesse. Yeah, I think I only got the premium, not the deluxe, so I think it's the 9th. I think I looked at the deluxe, but to be honest with you, I'm going to be pretty busy at that point anyway, so you know, the likelihood of me getting it or being able to do much with it at that point is pretty limited, so I wasn't too bothered about having a couple of days delay. But the premium at least had a bunch of extra
Jesse
cars.
123. There is a way you could have gotten it cheaper.
Oh really? What's that? On what Josh was on about through Game Pass, getting the premium pack or something. Yeah,
Jesse up 123. Yes.
Yeah. But I don't use. I don't have Game Pass. I don't use Game Pass. Most of my things are bought outright because I don't have that many things that I would use Game Pass for, to be honest with you. So I just bought it outright. More than happy to spend the money as long as it's
Jesse up 123.
all it's made out to be.
I am getting the VIP pass and the car pass.
Yeah, they give you like extra cars every so often, right? Or every couple of days, or I don't know. Yeah. I think there's going to be plenty of cars anyway, but yeah.
As well as his 500,000 credits. Jesse up 123. Yes, one every week for 30 weeks.
One every week, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
10,000 feet.
Lots and lots of cars. There we go with the lights. It's not too bad. Okay, 44 miles to go through 10,000. I mean, it's not too long. Arrival. We'll just follow the full thing. Is what it is.
Jesse up 123. That plane sounds nice.
Yeah, it is nice. It's the FT Sim sound pack with the 738, obviously. There we go, 631 now. So it's basically one of these point merge arrivals. It's taken us all the way out in this direction. It's eventually going to turn us back in. But like I say, it's not too bad, so we'll just follow this full procedure here.
Jesse up 123. / BTW, where are you getting this cool music?
My Spotify playlist. Oh my god, you're a fun mate. Get out of here. Shut up. Okay, I guess we'll take over the speed here in a minute. Doing a decent job, to be fair.
244 knots indicated. Distance to destination 35/0, 723. MCD speed indicated as 240. Speed box visible. 2.
And we'll just stick it to 230 for now.
ACD.
Jesse at
Slide slope to
123.
Nav 1 has glide slope.
I heard something that someone posted to audio games with the sounds for Euro 3 and it sounds, better.
245 knots indicated. MCD indicated.
Yeah, I don't think it could sound much worse, right, Jesse? I mean, it sounds better, but it still sounds shit. Best way I can put it. Does it sound better than Eurofly 2? Yes. Does it sound good? I mean, probably for people who've only played Eurofly 2 it sounds good, and that's all that matters, right? I mean, if they're enjoying it, then that's all that matters, you know. Does it sound good to us, having played a flight sim like this? No, I mean, I'm not going to go and... I mean, sure, we'll test Eurofly out, right? We'll see what it's all about, but it's not going to be good, really, for us.
I have to hear it during a flight, but not too good.
Yeah, that's it, right? It was also just a demo, it's not been released, so it's difficult to say. Like I say, I don't think it was ever going to be able to sound much worse than Eurofly 2. It's just, you know, they're still using this one audio file for the engine. They're just pitching it up and down. And they're doing that a little bit better now because they're actually going to
Jesse at
have
123.
different pitches for full
One
power.
thing I can't wait to hear is Forza when going around a track.
Oh yeah, it's going to be good.
Distance to destination 27/0, 231 knots indicated. AC.
I will leave a little bit of speed brake out.
And
here we go, just passing 626. Then we're going around a Beji, I don't know, whatever. And then we're going to turn to the, or toward the ILS. So we just got to be 4,000 or below at this waypoint. It's got a 220 knot speed restriction, which we're already at, pretty much. So we don't have to worry about that.
Distance to destination 24/0.
Transition altitude.
Check. 1025.
There we go. Checks QNH 1025, which is what we had in the meta, so that's good. Yeah, looking good on that 4,000 or below restriction.
222 knots indicated.
Yep.
Distance to destination 21/0, 219 knots indicated. 0
Copenhagen traffic vision 2 Delta whiskey is 20 miles field 4,000, shortly turning in. For ILS 22 left. Copenhagen.
My traffic going perfectly right inbound, ILS to left.
4,000 feet.
Where's that guy at then? Oh, he's 9 miles. Alright, well that's fine. We'll slow up to 200 knots or something. And we've got to be 3,000 at that waypoint. This, thank you. Pause the music. Charlie India 2 left. We will arm approach mode shortly. Still 17 miles out, so we might be a little bit far out to pick it up, to be honest. So we're slowed down here. Actually give this guy ahead of us enough room. Yeah, I mean he's 5 miles here. Hopefully he's going to be alright. You know. I would assume he's ahead of us because he's lower than us. So,
Distance to destination 15/0. ACDRT legs on site 191 degrees 5.6 and 1 CF 22 182/3000.
You know, Keep an eye on him.
Nearby aircraft, Uran 6, en route, distance, 3, altitude, 2,953.
I don't know where he is, to be honest with you. 3 miles now.
ACDRT left. Distance to destination, 14 seconds.
Copenhagen Vision, Judo Whiskey's 1, 4 miles from field, shortly establishing. But 22 left, speed 200. I just want to see if he's going to make any announcements. Really, he didn't tell us anything other than inbound ILS. Like, yeah, okay, but what is your what is your speed and stuff? Because I don't. Anyway, we can all approach mode.
428 up, right 19.
And
395 up, right 19.
ILS 22 left.
368 up, right 19.
Final.
330 up,
Oh, he's in
right
the
19. 299 up, right 19. 269 up, right 19.
Let's reduce now.
Reset MCP altitude. 238 up, right 19. 211 up, right 19. 188 up, right 19. 177 up,
Then we
right 19.
hopefully get in behind this guy.
162 up, right 19. 152 up, right 19. 126 up,
Keeping an
right
eye on
19.
this to make sure we actually establish
101 up, right 19.
Yeah, there we go.
69 up, right 18. CBU message clear.
Man B.
Flaps 15.
What you done it?
Flaps 15.
Distance to destination, 9/0. MCD speed 1.2 indicated individual system.
I'm assuming he is. Yeah, he's ahead of us. Right, let's reduce back to minimum approach speed here then. And then
25.
hopefully he's got enough.
Flaps 30.
Distance to destination, 8/0.
Copenhagen Vision, Judo Whiskey is 8 miles now. Let's choo left. We'll reduce minimum approach speed. The traffic out.
2,500.
Georgia, Sweden, 6.8 miles, 87 degree.
Flaps 40.
Flaps 36.
Okay, flaps 40, 137. The only problem with TFM, you can never tell if somebody's ahead of you or behind you just by looking at it, because it's just, you know, like, oh, there's 3 miles. It's like, well, you know, 3 miles where?
5 minimum. ILS to left. Reduce minimum approach speed.
Landing checklist.
Engine number 1 engine number 2
Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Okay, he's minimum approach speed
Landing gear.
Down.
Flaps.
Set.
as well, so we should be alright. We can actually do 1-3, let's do 1-3-3, I think that was actually our VRAP, so we'll just reduce to that now. Try and get a bit of room here. Okay, so all good, just going to keep an eye on the traffic. Remember, we're not using reverse thrust because it's not permitted. Right, he's 2 miles ahead of us, so sketchy as fuck, but I'm not sure why he then reduced to minimum approach speed. He really should have kept his speed up, to be honest with you. If he'd have kept his speed up like 160 to 4, then we could have, you know, it would have been helpful. Yeah, looking alright, let's see where he's at. I mean, he's at 4, yeah. Okay. Well, might be alright. He vacates super quick. I'm sure it's entirely within regulations, to be honest with you. I don't know why he reduced his speed though. Like, we had 8 miles to run. I reduced to minimum approach speed because I was a couple miles behind him, and he then reduced his own speed to minimum approach speed. Like that. What's the point in that? keep your speed up, and then you actually get some separation. But okay. Is he vacating or what?
Nearby aircraft start, you're on 6, en route, distance 2, altitude 23, speed. Stand against, you're on 6, en route, distance 2, altitude 23, speed 105.2. Microsoft flight.
Jeez. There goes the back trim in preparation for the auto land.
Minimums.
Castle traffic, 22 left, vacated.
100.
Thanks. Just about just about regulation there. Copenhagen, 2 Delta Whiskey landing, 2 left.
10.
On ground.
Breakout.
There we go. Auto brakes.
100.
Said no
91 knots.
no reverse. 80
79
knots.
67 knots.
60 knots.
Manual braking.
55
Manual
knots.
braking. Watch the ground speed.
37 knots.
Copenhagen traffic, Vision 2 Delta Whiskey will be clearing 2 left, disconnecting here, inability to taxi due to visual impairments. And thanks very much, Copenhagen. Alright. Nice. I just about made it there, I'd say. With that Eurowings. I mean, he vacated the runway as we were about 200 feet. So, I don't think ATC would have been happy with it, but hey, there's no ATC to complain, so there you go. Like I said, I don't know why he reduced his... You know, I just called out minimum approach speed for us, and he then reduced his minimum approach speed.
Did you turn Command B on? Can't
Yes.
recall.
Yeah, I did, Josh. I did it in the, whatever it's called. Flight director thing? Navigation box? Yeah, there you go. Right, we'll just have him do his cleanup flow as well. There you go, 175 FPM. That was pretty good, I'd say. It's, the 7.3 in Microsoft is a lot better than the 7.3 in P2D in terms of, you know, the P2D one loves to bounce all the time. Quite annoying, yeah. Where is FS Airlines? There it is. Okay, we'll just submit that. And I don't know why, it still does this like, it does it in Microsoft, not in P2D. Hitting end flight on FSA lags out NVDA. I don't know why. Oops. Oh, and it activated docking mode. Okay. APU starting. I think you see the thing with Unicom as well is it wasn't very helpful. For one, that guy didn't announce where he was at. He didn't announce how many miles he was. He just said he was inbound.
Are you running FS Realistic? Was quite the unique sound when touching the ground, just before touchdown.
Yes, I am running
Unless
FS
that's
Realistic.
Part of the FT Sim pack.
Yeah, it's the it's on FS Realistic. It's the gear. It's like the air sound of the gear over the ground just before touchdown. I mean, I'm not sure where they got that from. I don't really think you hear that in real life very much. At least I've never heard that kind of a sound. Maybe a little bit, but not that much. But I kind of like it in a way because it kind of tells you how quickly you're coming down because you kind of heard it fade in just before touchdown. So if you hear it, like, you know, you can kind of tell how much it's flaring. So it's kind of nice, but it is also a bit of an odd sound, yeah. Yeah. Well, let me spawn to a gate and then I'll carry on. Yeah, B10, that's fine. Spawn over here. Get rid of command. We can go services, we can go request chocks and ground power. We can do the shutdown flow since we are now have APU avail and here we go.
How did you disable the wind sounds etc. in FS Realistic?
In the profile files. Yeah, no,
Ustream.io.
it was on the
Trophy, congratulations. You've received 100 messages today with Restream chat.
In the config files themselves. So yeah, the wind sound is horrible. Plus we already have wind sound, right? So it's like... yeah, so it didn't help, like that guy didn't read out his mileage, he just said he was inbound, and then on TFM obviously, hopefully the work on the VATSIM plugin will fix this, but you can't see where an aircraft is in relation to you, right? I mean, you don't know. So initially it said he was like 5 miles away, but you don't know if he's behind you or in front of you, because that then changes how you react in the moment. You know, if he's behind you, obviously you're going to keep the speed. If he's in front of you, then I'm going to reduce. But I didn't know until, you know, he started letting us know finally what his mileage was. And then I was able to reduce to minimum approach speed, but then he also reduced to minimum approach speed as soon as I did that, so that didn't really help us. If he'd have kept his speed up, we might have had a bit more separation, but yeah, as it was, I think he vacated as we were like 200 feet above the threshold, so yeah, good old VATSIM. We can also go, right, let's go and throw on, switch ourselves over to ground power here, transfer that. We can also do our secure flow, and that'll get our APU and all that off. And reset our IRSs. Hacks can go off, obviously, it's going to do all that good stuff. And then we're in a good turnaround state. There goes the APU going off. We don't need it. So yeah, always important on Unicom to make calls yourself and keep using TFM's traffic dialogue, however clunky it may be currently, to at least check where people are and then try and take immediate action. You know, as soon as he was ahead of us, or I knew he was ahead of us, I realised that we were going to need to reduce to minimum approach speed, really, and so it was immediate gear down and speed reduction. Wonder if we just saw him land. No, that was... he landed before us. That was FS Realistic with its airport environment. You can actually hear some of it now. So when the APU goes off, I'll show you. You get kind of APU environment sounds on FS Realistic, and there's some planes included in that. Some flyby takeoff sounds. There goes the APU. Very nice. Well, we'll take that as pretty successful. There goes another one.
Arrays. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like this is with FS Realistic on right now, and then if I can find it, there it is. I kill it, look. See how a lot of that kind of background went away? Yeah, now it's a lot quieter, so it's nice. It does give you environment sounds. I think FS Realistic is a bit steep on the price for what it does for us, because we don't get access to all the shaking effects and whatever else it does. But, you know, for the sounds on touchdown and some of the turbulence and stuff, it's not bad. So yeah. How much fuel did we land? Yeah, 7,000. We only needed, I think, 2,000 or 3,000 to get to Billund, which is our alternate. So it makes sense. We had a little bit less. All right. Well, this plane's in a good turnaround state, ready for the next flight crew to come in and take it. So probably they would be probably they'll be doing an overnight shutdown. To be honest with you. So, should we do that? Take the
CD message displayed.
ground power off. battery off. There we go. And plane is all cold and dark, really. I mean, got the chocks in, still got ground power in, but yeah. Right, well, that was pretty fun. Yeah, good approach, minus the rogue Euro wings popping up about 15 miles from the airport. I mean, don't think he'd announced on Unicom before then, so that's always great. But anyway, yeah, we'll see you in the next stream. I don't know when it'll be, as I say, but maybe in a week or so's time or something. So yeah, thanks everyone for chatting. It's pretty busy, and maybe, you never know, it might even be a Forza stream. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Forza coming out. It's going to be the next big thing, I think. So yeah, it'll be pretty cool to try that out. Do some multiplayer when we get a bit more familiar. Alright guys, see you in the next one. Thanks for popping